Okay, guys, so I'm super excited to do this because Cassie and I have been trying to plan a Zoom for probably about a year. I'm not even kidding. And probably longer than a year because we were going to, and then I think I went into labor, honestly, with Callie. Like, we've been trying to plan a Zoom for a really long time. So I'm glad that this finally um, got got together. So I just asked Cassie to ask her team um, like a list of questions. So I'm just gonna go right through these and then we can go from there. If you guys think of any questions or have anything you want me to touch on, just put it in the chat and I'll see it. So the first question was, what intentional activities are you doing in your parent time? So my parent time, if you haven't heard of that, it's literally where I'm clocking in and out for 3 hours a day. That's not the only 3 hours that I'm like on my phone working my business, but I'm being super intentional when I start my timer. Like I'm sitting down, I'm working, I'm either like at my desk or if Callie's like watching a movie, which I get like 10 minutes and then, or if she's like sitting eating lunch, like that's when I sit down and I like clock in and clock out. So during this time, let me make sure everyone's muted. Okay, I think we're good. So during this time, there we go. During my parent time, I am messaging new people. So sending out host post messages or customer messages. I'm following up with people. I'm getting dates in my calendar. I'm writing people's names down as I'm going because I'm not very organized. And that's like kind of what we'll go through later on is like how I'm trying to stay organized. I've never been super organized. So I am using, it doesn't take very long because I'm usually at my desk, but I will like scroll through my inbox real quick and write down all my potentials' names. And then adding and unfollowing because when I have been like on a roll and like messaging and messaging and enrolling a lot of customers, I had an issue where I would just go ham on messaging new people, and then at the end of the month, or like the beginning of the next month, I'd be like, okay, cool, I literally just depleted my entire market. So I really wanted to make it a point to be adding while I'm messaging. So I always have new people to message. So those are basically the three things that I do: add, unfollow, follow, and message, and like follow up, like talk to people, have those conversations. So one question I get a lot is if I'm responding to people during this time or if I'm only sending new messages. I am responding. So I will like, I don't really have a rhythm, but like say I am messaging on Facebook and someone responds, I'm going to go back and respond to them. I might not do it immediately. I might get out a couple more messages, then go back and respond to people, but I am responding during this time. And then throughout the day, like while we're playing or whatever, I can still keep responding to people. So I'm getting my conversations rolling and I'm getting like messages out when I'm doing this focused time. But then throughout the day, I can still respond to people when I don't have to be like super glued to my phone, you know what I mean? So I can like respond because everything's in my text replacement. So I can respond in 0.2 seconds and then chase Callie. Respond in 0.2 seconds, chase Callie, kind of thing. So that is what I'm doing in my parent time. I'll say it again in case you missed it. Like adding and unfollowing, messaging new, following up, and writing names down. That's pretty much the only things that I'm doing in my intentional time. I'm not making stories. I'm not posting. I'm still doing those things, obviously, but I'm doing those outside of my intentional time. The next thing, secret to signing distributors. So how I signed so many last month, I literally just went ham on host to post on Facebook and did distributor host posts on Facebook. I think I have really good scripts. I don't think it's not a secret. There is no secret, guys. Like we all are capable of signing 19 distributors or 20 distributors in the same month. I don't remember how it was. I think it was 19, but we are all capable of doing that. The key, I'm not going to say secret, but the key is one, being relatable, like having real conversations, having conversations that sound like you, that's not just like, this is what we do. We make this much money. We get $150 shopping spree. You have to like make real conversations, relate to people, and I'll kind of go through my scripts too. And then two, staying consistent. You have to add people every single day to your list. In our heads, we're like, oh, I have 3 names. I have 3 names on my calendar for this Friday. I'm good. You guys know how it goes. Not all 3 of those people are going to sign this month. Not all 3 of those people are going to sign at all. Some of those people are never going to talk to you again. Some of them might block you. And that's just the thing. And in our heads, we do that so often. We're like, well, I have this girl signing on Friday, so like, I don't need to get another name in my calendar today. I never settle for that. I never count on, I expect them to sign up, but I never count on the dates I get. They're there, great, but I'm going to keep adding more, and I'm going to sign people today. Like, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to constantly keep adding people onto my list. So really that's the key. Just constantly adding people onto your list and having the genuine conversations with them. So my script, I'll kind of go over how my host to post conversation goes. So my host to post script, like DT host to post is very generic. It's just like, hey, my friend Allie has 5 VIP spots for moms, college students, part-time, full-time workers. Make your own hours, whatever. Like, I'll give you guys my host post if you don't have it. Most of you guys probably have it already. People drop an emoji for the deets. We'll drop the emoji, and then so I send them, before I send them any details or anything else, I send them this message that's basically just like, hey, I'm super excited to talk to you about this opportunity. I got started 2 years ago in hopes of making $200 a month. And since then, I've just fallen in love with the business, with the products. It's been able to help me pay my mortgage, help me go on vacations, only work one day as 1 day a week as a nurse, kind of list a couple things that it's done for me. Tell me about like you and why you're interested in this opportunity, or something along those lines. I love asking this question first. I used to kind of wait until later on before I'm like, tell me about you. But when you ask first about them, a lot of people are going to open up, and my message is probably like this long, guys. Like, it's not super long, but it's not like super short. It's like a medium-sized message. I will get a medium-sized message back right away of why they need to start this business, why they need to make it work, what's going on in their life. And just starting off with that is huge, because you can relate right away. So people that are like, oh, I'm having a baby, or I have a toddler, or both, like, I'm like, oh, same, like, this is perfect for you. Or if they're in college, I wish I would have started in college. I can make a connection right off the bat, and then they just trust me that little bit more. They're already opening up to me within the first 0.5 seconds of our conversation. So I love asking that first. And I'll send Cassie all my scripts so she can forward them to you. If you're on my team, you probably have them anyways. So then they tell me about them. I relate in like literally 1 to 2 sentences. Like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant too, and I have a toddler too, or like whatever we related on, literally in 1 to 2 sentences. And then I go in, you guys probably have these scripts too. They're not secret. Like, they're jades, or they're kind of jades but altered. But it says, let me see. I guess I can just okay, so the first script is, I'm not going to read it word for word, but basically it's just like quick lowdown on what we do. It's a simple business. I'm a rep for a health and wellness company. I literally share the products on Instagram and Facebook, mostly on my stories, and show me running around with my baby crazy, while I make an income and share the products that I love and my customers love, what most people are familiar with. I'm like talking so fast. Cassie will forward this to you guys, I promise. What most people are familiar with is where you have to buy a whole bunch of products and then sell them from your home. We don't have that. Sound good so far. So I like to say sound good so far, because the word's like, yeah, sounds good so far. I never, ever, ever use the words, are you interested? Because people feel like when they say they're interested, like that's like marrying the decision. That's just my opinion. When people are way more hesitant to say they're interested rather than just saying like, yeah, sounds good so far. And it's not like a sound good, like that's the end. It's kind of like a sound good so far. They know there's more coming because I'm saying so far. So people always are like, yeah, sounds great. And then my next script, these are like straight from Jade, but just like altered a little bit. I say, yay, so you get a website that's all set up for you. You just make a few posts, talk to people, the company, or send them to your site. The company sends them everything. It's simple, not complicated. We have so much help, training, whatever. You're never alone. It's amazing how much extra income a month would help you. This is just kind of to feel where they're at. Some people need a lot of money, and some people are like, anything would help. Some people are just like, $200 would help. And I like to ask this question just because, 1, I can see where their goals are going to be, but 2, just so they know that anything's possible. So the next thing I say, I'm like, yeah, that's totally doable. If it is, sometimes if someone's like, not very often do I have someone start with like $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 a month, which is obviously doable, but most people's first goal is not that much. But for the most part, people will say, anywhere from $100 to $800. And I'm like, yeah, that's totally doable. It's not an overnight success kind of thing. It definitely takes you putting in effort and basically becoming new besties, because I'm going to teach you everything with like a laughy face and a heart. Would you say you're coachable? I used to ask would you say you're coachable? And then I kind of stopped and I got back into it again, just because when people say yes, I'm like, that's all you need. Like, you don't need to, I don't go into details unless they ask questions, but if they do ask questions, I'm like, you said you were coachable, like that's all you need. Like, you don't need to have a big market, you don't need to know how to post, all you need to do is be coachable. So it just kind of sets the expectation of being coachable. You don't need to have any special skills, you don't need to be a certain type of person, like you just need to be coachable. Also, I feel like when someone says to someone else like, yes, I'm coachable, they're kind of, before they even realize what manifesting is, like they're telling themselves like, yeah, I'm coachable. And it's just kind of, you know what I mean? It's just kind of it's speaking that into life, that they're going to be coachable. So then after that, most people are like, yeah, I would say so, or I hope so, or like, haha. I had one person like, haha, my husband would say no, but I would say yes. Everyone says yes. No one has ever told me no. So after that, I'm like, oh, awesome, you'll be perfect for this. What questions do you have? And then from there, it's mostly, how do I get started? Go through the business kit. Instead of saying like, how does that sound? Or are you interested at the end of that? I say, can you swing that? Like, could you swing that? Because we know that these people are wanting to start because they need money. It's not because they have $100 or $69 laying around. So I just love using the verbiage, could you swing that? Because I just feel personally like it's way more casual than like, you ready to drop $100 now? It's like, could you swing that tonight? Like, and everyone is like, not tonight. I'm like, okay, well, when's your next payday? Rather than like, no, I'm not interested. Like $99, I'm not interested. Just saying, could you swing that tonight? And especially with these codes, my script says, could you swing that tonight to get a code? And everyone, like, if they can swing it, they're going to swing it. If not, they're going to give me a date. So I love saying that. And I even say that with customers too. So that is like, it's not my secret to signing distributors, but that's how I sign distributors. Let's see. I could probably talk for an hour on signing distributors. So that's all I'm gonna, if you guys have any other questions about signing distributors, put them in the chat. Oh, the other good thing, or the other big thing, so this is for customers and distributors. I don't get numbers until they're ready to sign. I do all my conversations on Instagram or Facebook, just because I'm unorganized and I will lose people on my phone. I will not save their names right. I like to put a name to a face, have their Instagram picture there, their Facebook picture on there. I don't get numbers. So when I do go to get numbers, I text them, or I'm like, what's your number? Whatever, text them. And I'm like, hey, it's Allie. Do you have 5 minutes to get set up right now? And then either they're going to be like, yes, I do, or no, not till I get off work at 6. Then you're not going to send the steps and be sitting there waiting for your notification. Yeah, sorry. Everyone gets lost in my phone. That's why I tell my team, like, if you have to like message me on Facebook or like send me a million messages. I'm horrible when it comes to text messages. Let me show you. I have 9. I haven't even looked at your message probably, Abby. I don't mean to ignore you. I just like, I'm sorry. I love you. So I say, could you have 5 minutes? So then I'm not sitting there waiting on Connect to give me the notification, when in their head, they're not even going to sign up till 7 p.m. tonight. So saying, do you have 5 minutes right now? Either it's going to be a yes or it's going to be a no. And then this is just a key for signing customers, that distributors, we go through the thing. So when I send the shopping cart link, I'm obsessed with the shopping cart links. That's like the only way I sign customers. It's just so convenient. I love using them. And at first I was sending a shit ton of links and having a lot of people like get the link and then not sign up. Has anyone ever, say yes in the comment if you guys feel like that has happened to you? Robin's head's like this. So here's what I have been saying that has been key for signing customers, getting them to sign up. Let me look right now. Okay, so I send them the shopping cart link, and then I say, perfect, here's your link. Click the green buttons to get to checkout, and then just check out. I'll check back in 15 minutes to make sure you get set up while the link is active. So they think the link is only going to be active for 15 minutes. That link is going to be active forever. They don't know that. So that's what I say. And then people are signing up right then and there because they think that link is going to be like over. So say 15 minutes passes and they're not set up yet. first I'll be like, did you get set up okay? And either they're like, most of the time they're like, no, I have this, or I'm going to do it on Friday. Some people will, you guys know how it goes. Some people will still change their minds. So say if they're like, no, not yet. And I'm like, okay, it'll be good for another 30 minutes. Will you have time to get it in by then? Either yes or no. So then say they like ghost me completely. The next day, I'm just going to automatically send them another link. You guys can copy and paste these links. You don't have to do it straight from Connect. Like you can just copy and paste it from your message earlier. Copy and paste your message and be like, hey, here's an active link. Like this will be active for an hour, and then check back in after an hour. Hey, or like the last like 20 minutes. Hey, this link will be active for 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes to get set up. Caroline Floyd said this today. I've been doing this. She was the one that told me this idea, but so I've been doing this since like last month, but she told me today, she's like, stay on top of them like you're at a checkout counter. Like you like pretend like you are the checkout person and they're like in your line, and you're not just going to let that person stand there for hours like while they're like, you know what I mean, like fiddling around with their clothes they want to buy in front of you if you're working at a retail store. So she was like, pretend like you guys are at a like in-person counter, and like you're staying on top of them like they're checking out right in front of you. She will even say sometimes, like she'll follow up after 10 minutes. I give it like 15, 20 minutes, sometimes a little longer if it's like someone older and they need to figure it out. I'll be like, oh, I'll check back in 30 minutes or whatever. But she will even say like, oh, I'm on the back end for processing. So they think that you're like, wait, you're doing something on the other end. I don't say that, but if you guys have someone that's like really struggling, you could say that too. Like, hey, do you have 5 minutes? Like, do you have a minute? I'm like here or whatever. Yeah, before you send the shopping cart, be like, hey, do you have 5 minutes right now? I'll send you an active link. And I just feel like when you say active link, they're gonna realize that those other links are not active anymore, even though they are, but they're gonna think that those other links are active and they need to do it before it expires. And then you can even be like, hey, do you have 5 minutes right now? I want you to get an active link so you can get the discount. Like the discount's huge, y'all. Like don't be afraid to be like, yeah, get the discount. Even though we have them all the time. People like, who was it? Saray that just went double. She always says, when someone's like, oh, is this offer going to be good for next month? And she says, like, each month there's different deals, so she can't say what, she doesn't know, like, what the deals will be, because we do have different deals every month. There is different sales or different promotions, so that's what she says when someone's, like, wanting to put off and put off and put off. Okay, let me go back to things. Let's see. So how do I fit things in when I'm working or when I was a full-time nurse? So the biggest thing is just having your priorities. And this was something that I really realized, because I was like, I have to work when Callie sleeps right now. Like that's my parent time right now, is like I have to work when Callie sleeps. I would love to do laundry when Callie sleeps. I would love to take a nap when Callie sleeps. I would love to eat my lunch when Callie sleeps. All those things that like I would love to do and want to do. And sometimes like I need to do laundry when Callie sleeps. I'm not. I can do those things. It's harder when she's with me. I can do those things while she's awake. I can take her into the laundry room with me. I can carry her in the laundry basket upstairs. Like I can do those things while she's awake, but I can't sit and message for 3 hours while she's awake. I just like can't look away, or she will like eat an entire thing of cat food. Like I have to be like playing or watching with her. She's not big enough to like entertain herself that for that long. So just look at your priorities. I would love to sit and watch, like, you guys know all the shows I watch. I don't watch those shows anymore, and not because I like am depriving myself, but just because my priority is so high with getting this 3 hours in. I would rather not. I would rather set my timer and come in my room and message while she's asleep. Then when she wakes up, I can unload the dishwasher while she's eating her snack. You know what I mean? So just look at your day, look at where you have time to do things, and do these things first. You can fold laundry and throw your kid something to play with, a toothbrush, I don't know, whatever, literally anything. Your kid will play with anything, like for 5 minutes, and you can get a lot done in 5 minutes. Your kid, take a toothbrush. Your kid, shake this bottle of Thermofite. Like, do something for 5 minutes while I put this laundry away. Like, you have to be super like intentional while sorry, I was reading the messages. While you can be. So then as far as like when I was working full time, use your like breaks efficiently. Like when I'm at work now, sometimes, not every time, but pretty much every week I work, I literally tell my coworkers, I'm gonna go meet my friend in the break room or the cafeteria, because my floor, I love my coworkers. We get along really great. We all eat lunch together up in the break room. I'll literally tell my coworkers, "Oh, I'm gonna go eat with my friend downstairs, like from another floor." I'm sitting there by myself and I'm working. So just work while you can. Get in your car, leave 10 minutes earlier, clock in for 10 minutes, stay 10 minutes after, sit in your car. Um, and one thing that I love, I heard this forever ago on Zoom with Hope West, and she was like, when you come home from work, because she worked full time, like she worked two jobs for a long time, well, not a long time, but she worked two, yeah, go to the bathroom. She worked two jobs for a while, and she was saying she would come home from work, she wouldn't shower and change into her jammies like this. She would sit down and work because her brain is still in work mode. While you're still in your clothes, you're not showered yet, your shoes are still on, you're still in work mode. As soon as you get into your comfy clothes and crawl in bed, you're like, oh, I'll finish my list tomorrow. I'm just gonna go to sleep. So like stay in work mode if you can for 45 minutes, 30 minutes. It doesn't take like 3 hours. It seems like a long time in your head, but when you are doing it, like 30 minutes goes by pretty quick. And I don't sit for 3 hours straight. Like it's usually like 20 minutes in the morning before Callie wakes up, and then I can maybe get 10, 15 minutes while she gets her morning snack, or if she is like entertaining herself for like a minute. um, and then like her nap is like my big chunk pro. It's like an hour to an hour and a half, and then the nighttime I finish it. So I like just completely lost what I was saying. Oh, the 3 hours goes by faster than you think. 30 minutes is gonna knock and like it's gonna knock a huge chunk out of that. So just use the time that you can. And then use the days that you're off, obviously. I don't know, like I know Haley, I don't know if it was Haley that asked that question or not, but she works in healthcare. So her hours are crazy like mine were. And I was also working swing shifts. So I was doing like nights for 6 weeks and then days for 6 weeks. And I was like, it was just a mess. And I was just working when I can. Um, yeah, yeah, seriously, that was it. It's so much easier when I sit down at the end of the night, like I work tomorrow at the hospital. When I sit down tomorrow night and I have like 0 minutes clocked, if for whatever reason I don't get any in the morning, it's intimidating to sit down and be like, oh, 3 hours, even though it would not be that hard to sit there and watch 3 episodes of a Netflix show. It would not be that hard to watch the 3 hours of live PD. You know what I mean? But just because it is work, like we would choose sleep over that, but we would stay awake to watch TV. So as much as you can knock down, wake up earlier. I have been waking up earlier to get stuff done, even if it's 10 minutes and starting that timer, it helps a lot. Let's see. How do you deal with team members not working? So it's just gonna happen. You're not gonna avoid it. You're gonna have people quit. One thing that is super essential, if you guys have not watched the Leadership Words with Jade Hooper and Cheyenne Knox, and you're signing, like say you're newer and you're signing distributors, you absolutely have to watch that video. It was awesome. And it was like maybe last summer she did it, and I was like, wow, like this is like, not that we were training people the wrong way, but it just completely transformed kind of how I talk to my new distributors. So basically, um, it's I don't know what it's called exactly, but if you YouTube like Jade Hooper Cheyenne Knox Leadership Words, it pops up. I can send it to Cassie too. Um, it is so good, and it's basically like we have our steps of training that we go through, right? Like we have like, here, do your dirt list. Here, do this. Here, this is the next thing. This is the next thing. And people, you guys, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. People are going to get stuck on a step, and you're not going to hear back from them. It's not because they don't want to talk to you. It's not because they don't want to do this. It's because they're scared. And like, think of how scared you were when you got started. And some people, there's like, I was just talking to Robin about this the other day. I'm like, you never really scared. So you might not fully get it, but like a lot of people get stuck on these steps. So the first thing, I have people, and you guys, I'm sure it's the same training that I've used for a long time, but I have them send me a selfie so I can introduce them on the team page. And then basically we jump right into their dirt list. So I'm like, here, make a list of 30 people. These people like that would buy dirt from you if you were selling dirt, just because they love you and you're you and they want to support you. Let me know when you get this done. And you don't hear back from them. So a lot of people, we would just be like, well, we didn't hear back from them. That's like sucks, whatever. And then we're like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? And that's like what this video is talking about, is like, stop saying how's it going. And basically people are going to get stuck at least one step. Some people are going to get stuck at every single step. So our job as a leader is to not just be like, well, whatever, they didn't do the task, they must not want this. Our job is to talk through with them. And everyone has these feelings, whether you are going to be a rock star or whether you're going to be maybe sign a couple customers a month, or like there's some people that they are just going to get stuck, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how fast they get through training, how fast they get jump started. It does not matter. What matters is us constantly being through them every step of the way. Exactly, Steph. So say someone gets stuck on their dirt list, and I message them like the next day. I'm like, hey, if you can't think of 30 people, that's totally fine. Like, we'll work with what you got. And they're like, yes, I can only think of 14. 14 is still a great number to message. I'm like, that's perfect. Like, we'll go from there. And then we go from there. And then the next thing, like getting a post up, say I don't see their post, or like they don't send it back to me. I'm like, hey, I know it's really scary making your first post. I'll help you. Like, send me what you got and we'll go from there. And they're like, yes, it was really scary. And then same thing with like messaging. Like, I know it's really scary. That's what is holding people back. It's not that they don't want this business. It's not that they don't need them extra money. They definitely still need the extra money. So one thing that I'll send to people is like, hey, one second, who did I just send this to a minute ago? So say like it's just like a slower thing. I'll just straight up ask them. I'm like, hey, let's keep going and get you making money, love. Could you still use the income? Everyone's like, yeah, heck yes, I could still use the income. So just like reminding them why they started for the income. And now the cool thing is, if I scroll all the way up to the top of our messages, I can see why they needed this income in the first place. Because like I said, I keep everything on Instagram or Facebook, and I can like scroll up and see why this person needed to start, because they told me right off the bat. So just like reminding them, like, do you still want this extra money? Keep the shopping spree in their mind. And then I love getting new distributors on a FaceTime within their first week, if possible. Sometimes people are like terrified to FaceTime you, and that's okay too. And I will tell them, and you can kind of feel who's like nervous to FaceTime, because they're like, yeah, and then they change the subject. I'm like, I used to hate FaceTiming too. I used to hate even calling the pizza to order the pizza. Like, let's just get on FaceTime. I'm really awkward. I hate doing it too. Like, let's just get on. And they're like, yes, like I only FaceTime my sisters. That makes me nervous. Like, we'll just do it. Get people on a FaceTime. While I'm on that FaceTime, I kind of go through first I talk about the shopping spree. I talk about their codes. Yes, Steph, I'm so proud of you. I talk about their codes, and like, I make it clear. I'm like, I don't expect you to like memorize this. This is a lot. I'm going to send you these newbie cheat sheets, and I'll send them to Cassie. Like, I basically go over, you guys know my puzzle. I basically go over that puzzle. So it's a lot in a session, and I let them know this is a lot. I don't expect you to like memorize all this. I don't expect you to fully understand it. But the more I just tell them, like, the more we talk about it and the more we go through these things, it's going to start making sense, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Because think of it, guys. Did you guys understand what you were doing your first week in this? I did not. I did not know what it meant to promote. I did not think that I was going to enroll distributors. I'm like, I'm just going to enroll customers. I don't need to grow a team. Like, I just didn't know anything. So just going through and letting them know it's okay that you don't know everything. Another thing I always say on the Zoom, and sometimes we get to this point before the Zoom, sometimes it's not till after, but I bring it up all the time. I'm like, some people, not even some people, every person has an oh shit moment in their first month or two. And an oh shit moment is basically like, you start off and you're all excited, you're ready to make money, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, can I be successful? Oh shit, what did I get myself into? Oh shit, am I capable of doing this? Everyone has an oh shit moment in their first couple months. And sometimes you have multiple oh shit moments. I don't know if you've had this yet. And a lot of times you're like, oh yeah, I definitely feel that way. And I'm like, that's okay. Every single person that's successful in this business has had a oh shit moment. And what makes us different from the people that are not successful is we just work through it. And we just like keep talking about it and like work through those feelings, because it's normal. It's normal to feel scared. It's normal to feel stuck sometimes. And just talking to them about that, even like before it happens, is good, because then they're going to catch themselves and be like, oh, this is that oh shit moment she was talking about. It's not that I'm not worthy. It's that I don't think I'm capable, or like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of everyone has it. You guys have all had it. I know, like, I don't even know all of you guys personally, but I'm sure you have all been like, am I really like capable of doing this? Like, you've all questioned it before. So talking about it early on and just letting them know that it's normal. You had this oh shit moment, everyone else has an oh shit moment, and kind of just making, like, calling it the oh shit moment makes it just like a thing, and they're like, it's not just me, kind of thing. So and if people don't respond, people don't respond. It's not for everyone. I don't take it personally. You just never know. Okay, so let me back to my conversation, Kathy. Number one advice I'd give a new distributor is talking about the oh shit moment. So it's not really advice, but what stops people is that doubt. So just talking about that and being open with, like, it's okay if you feel like you can't do this. It's okay if you feel like you're clueless. Like, talking about that is huge, because the reason people don't continue is because they just doubt themselves. Let's see. Do I ever get discouraged, and how do I get out of that? Everyone gets discouraged. The more self-development you do and the better you get into a routine of self-development, like, you will, one, you're going to catch yourself when you are feeling discouraged, and two, you're not going to believe that bullshit you're telling yourself. You're going to be like, that my brain is thinking this, but like, I have grown my mind enough to know that it's not true. This is a self-limiting belief, and I can get through this. And there's going to be points where you don't believe you can keep going. You don't believe that. Those are all just self-limiting beliefs. You just have to pour into yourself. And I don't know if all of you guys have heard me explain the two versions of self-development that I have just like had this epiphany on. So there's one side of personal development over here that is putting us in a good mood. It's changing how we feel. This is journaling. It changes how you feel, gets you excited, to get you going again. Listening to, like, music that changes how you feel. Some people are like, I did my personal development, I put on gospel music while I cleaned. This is like listening to those motivational YouTube videos that are like Tony Robbins or Gary Vee. Those change how you feel. They get you excited, they get you motivated, which is great. You need motivation, you need to do those things. Then there's a whole other, like, you open up this door to the self-development world. There's this whole other side over here. This one changes how you feel. This one changes how you think. This is reading a book, listening to a book, listening to a growth podcast. This stuff is going to change how you think. So this over here, the motivation, the feelings, you're going to get past those self-limiting beliefs. Like, you're gonna feel like you're gonna get rid of that doubt. Over here, it's gonna change how you feel, where, like, over here is temporary. How you feel is temporary. Over here is permanent. Like, you're changing how you think, and you're just not gonna believe those self-limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself. So when you do get discouraged, you're like, screw this. I know I'm better than this. I know I can do this. I know all of these things. When before personal development, you might not believe that. So you just have to pour into yourself. Let's see. How many messages are supposed to post out? I don't have a set number of, like, this is how many messages I want to get out. I just have the set hours that I'm going to work. For me, when I was really focused on, I'm going to send 100 messages a day, I'm going to send 100 messages a day, that's what my brain was doing. My brain was telling everyone everything, 100 messages a day. My intention was sending out messages. My intention with the 3 hours is enrolling. So that just the switch of intention. Don't focus on how many messages you're getting out. Focus on enrolling. Focus on, I'm going to send as many messages as I need to today to get 10 host to post up. I'm going to send as many messages as I need today to add 5 names to my planner. And I'm going to do it in like that 3-hour time span. So I don't have a set number of messages I send out a day, and honestly, it's way less than 100, and I'm enrolling way more than I was when I was messaging 100 people. It's way less than 100. So working Facebook without getting blocked. This is a good one because I have been blocked. I know Danielle has been blocked, and people on Cassie's team have been blocked. So I think my problem from getting blocked is like I said, I was really focusing on adding, so I was adding a whole bunch. And then also, so I think the key and like what is getting us is when we're host posting, or at least what was getting me, someone comments, I send them a friend request, and then I basically immediately message them even before they accept my friend request. And I think that's why I was like getting blocked, because I was messaging people before. Also, like on top of adding, I was messaging people before they accepted my friend request. I was like messaging people I wasn't friends with. So I think that's what got me blocked. So I was just blocked for like probably 5 or 6 days. I couldn't add new people on Facebook. I also couldn't message new people on Facebook. So that sucked, because I have been hitting hard on Facebook or on host posts. So I was like, I have all these posts with comments and I can't add the people to message them, and I can't message them without adding them. So I was like, what do I do? So what I did, I was commenting on the host post, like replying to each person how you normally like messaged you. I'm like, hey, send me a friend request so I can send you the info. And then the people that are truly interested are going to send you the friend request. It's not very hard to friend someone. Like, it's not very hard. And then once we are friends, I could message them. I couldn't message them before. I was even having trouble. So I tried saying like, DM me hair for info if it was a hair, skin, nails host post. I was getting their message. I could send one message because we still weren't friends at this point, like, but they messaged me first. I could send like the first message, then they would reply. I would try to send the second message and it wouldn't go through. So make sure you're friends before you're messaging anyone. So that's what I've been doing right now, because I'm unblocked, but I'm still being super conscious the next couple days. So what I'm doing is now that I'm unblocked, that's what I was doing while I was blocked. Just, hey, send me a friend request, I'll DM you the info. People would do that. It worked great. Now that I'm unblocked, I'm sending them. I'm not adding on Facebook right now, except for the people that comment on my host post. So I'm adding them. I'm adding them saying, hey, I sent you a friend request so I can DM you the info. They accept it, then I DM them the info. And that's been going perfect all day today. So I haven't had any issues. I just got unblocked, like, I think this morning at like, I don't know what time, but this morning I got unblocked. So that's been super helpful. So how do I keep up with all my potentials? Let me show you here. I have a notebook, just a plain old notebook. Take note. And what I have, I don't know if you will be able to see. You can kind of see. It's not even super organized at all. But basically, throughout the day, like I said, I make it a point to write down my potentials because I'm not very organized. I'll write down my potentials kind of as I go. And what I do is I switch the color every single day. Really no reason other than, one, it just like makes it easier to look at than like a gray sheet of paper of a bunch of names. Like, this just makes it easier. I can kind of like see. And then also, like, today I did green. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 new potentials like were added onto my list. And I can just kind of see like, oh, I did this today. So what I do is, if they're an LC, I write LC Anna Petro. Or if they're a DT, I just write Vicky Gilbert. Like, I don't write like which products we talked about, because it's in the messages. I'm just going to scroll up and see, and I don't want to write down a bajillion things. I literally just write down their names. If they are someone that I'm like, they're really serious about signing. We've talked about like a date. If there's a date, I'll like write date and then I put them in my calendar. But if it's someone that's like super interested or someone that I just like love, I put an asterisk next to their name for a distributor. And that's just basically like, if I have 1 code left or 2 codes left or whatever, I'm going to reach out to those people with stars, because they're like people that I really, really want. Because let's be honest, not everyone on your potential list is a dream distributor that you know of. You can never prejudge, obviously. But these people that I have with stars are like the people that I'm like, if I'm going to sit down and follow up, I'm going to follow up with them first kind of people. So what I'll do, and how, like, why I like to color code, it's not even color coded, I just use a different pen every day. So today I can see like who I did or who I talked to today. And then I try to follow up within the like next couple of days. So I can see, okay, these people I talked to yesterday, I'm going to go and follow up with them today because I talked to them yesterday. My follow-ups are very simple. I'm like, hey, what do you think? Or like, hey, how's that sound? Like, I don't, unless it's like a Friday, like I follow up like, hey, I have putting in orders today. Like, it's a little more fancier message, but usually the next day I'm like, hey, what did you think? Or does that sound good? Or like, does that work for you? I can just go back and see kind of like where it was. So, and then I don't put anyone in my calendar until I have a date. So yeah, that's basically how I keep my potential organized. I did have a separate list of customers and distributors, but I was tired of like flipping pages and adding, so I just started writing LC whatever and then just their name if they're a distributor. Also, keep in mind a potential distributor is not just a potential distributor. They are also a potential customer, because think of a lot of us, maybe not, but like some of us tried the products beforehand just because we wanted to try them beforehand. So um, if I like flip back a couple pages on my potential list and it's been a long time and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to follow up some, I can be like, hey, I don't know if you're like hesitant on jumping in, but we can get you started as a customer. I have a spot for hair, skin, and nails, Skinny Brew, or Lash Serum. Do any of those sound good? And a lot of times you're like, yes, that'd be great. Like, let's do that first. And then same with the distributor, or customer, most of the time, if they're not signing up as a customer, it's because they don't have money. So, hey, like, just be like, hey, I have another spot on my team. Like, have you ever, don't say to have a spot on your team, but like, it's just like a normal follow-up message. Like, hey, I don't know if you've ever thought about what I do, but like, I have I don't know, just some kind of message offering the business rather than the products. And a lot of people are like, yeah, that'd be great. I'm like, you could use the product and make money. And they're like, cool. Okay. So how do I train all my DTs? Kind of like what I just said, and like working through the steps. And you just can't get hung up when people stop, because they're like, even through your house, like, I know you're scared. Even through that, you're still going to have some people that don't work, and it's okay. It is okay. Like I said before, guys, you run with the runners and you walk with the walkers. You don't let anyone hold you back. You don't let anyone slow you down. You don't wait for anyone to promote. You don't wait for, oh, I can't go Emerald because this person isn't running to go Ruby. No, it is your Emerald promotion. It is not their promotion. I mean, obviously, it's their promotion too, but you can go Emerald without a working Ruby. You can go Diamond without a working Emerald. Like, it is up to you. Do you need the money? Yeah, yes or no. Like, it's that simple. Do you need the money? Yes or no. If you do, get it done. If you don't, you probably do if you're on the Zoom. So don't wait on anyone. Don't be held back if someone's not working. It is a gut punch. And even for me, when I have someone that's like, I just done, cancel my account. I don't like that. It doesn't feel good. But like, just get over it. Have yourself a 2-second pity party. Like, damn, this sucks, whatever. Get over it, go enroll someone new. People are gonna fall off, people are gonna not work, but you're gonna find your runners. And that was like the thing that we talked a lot about in my team chat like this week, is like, a lot of us want that fire on our team. And I know, like, Cassie has said it before, she's like, I just want like the momentum your team has. I just want like this and this and this. And let's actually do it. We'll do it right now in the chat. I had my team do it the other day, but like, in the chat, like, write down some qualities of your dream distributor. Like, I think I said, I want like a team of leaders. I want to enroll someone that's gonna like be a leader right off the bat. I want to enroll someone that's enrolling on their own, someone that's getting their shopping spree right away by themselves, someone that's asking questions, someone that's making posts and making their own stories, and someone that's like just motivated, and someone that's doing self-development, and someone that's positive and optimistic. Right, like, type in, just, you don't have to be super specific, but just a couple qualities that you want from your dream distributor. When you think of like, oh, who do I want to enroll, like, if I can enroll anyone in this world, what kind of qualities do I want them to have? Yes, be driven and know why they start and why they needed it. And dreamers, yes, that's a big one. Ask questions. This is from like 7 hours ago. I can tell Cassie's typing, but I can't see anyone else. Amber's scrapbooking. Are you scrapbooking? Oh. consistency, positive, self-motivated, coachable, driven, confident, willing to try new things without questioning too much, thick skin, leadership qualities, and a strong lie. I don't know if anyone else is typing because I can't see, but like whatever your dream qualities in your, or whatever these qualities are, like do a self-check. Are you doing all of these things? Are you being consistent? Do you know your why? Are you dreaming big enough? And that was kind of like, I think I put it on this, it was on my team's thing. And I want to like challenge you guys tonight too, for you on Cassie's team. We all want that fire in our business. We all want our team to like run as fast as we want to run, but we're letting like our team kind of not hold us back, but we're letting our current enrollments or our current e-suite, our current volume, our current paycheck, we're letting that hold us back because we're just like, we're waiting for that run, or we're waiting for this dream distributor to just show up on our doorstep and message you, hey, I'm ready to sign up, give me your link. Like we're just waiting, we're waiting for the fire to come to us. But like, I don't remember if I made it this Zoom name or not, but like our big thing in my chat the past couple of days is just like, I sent a thing that said like, be the fire. Like if you guys want to start this fire within your chat and you want your chat to be booming and you want your team to be exploding and you want your promotions to be happening in your team's promotion, you have to be the fire. It's not up to this dream distributor. You need to be your own dream distributor, and you need to write down those things that you see in your dream distributor. Write down, I don't know if you guys have all done it. I have mine here. Write down what your ambassador self or what your diamond self is doing. I saw that, Amber. Write down, let me see. My list is, oh yeah, where is it? I don't know where it is, but I have a list of like the things that I see myself doing when I'm an ambassador leader. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know where it's at, but I have a list of things that like, when I picture like Allie, right, Ambassador Diamond, what are the things that she's doing? Those are the things that we need to be doing right now. And like, I wonder if it's in here. I know it's in my notebook or something. What, okay, yeah, here. So I have like a legit list of like, it says Ambassador Diamond, Allie Wright. So I have my standards. I got rid of like saying daily minimums. They're my standards because like, that's just my expectation for myself. And I'm not going to like get to ambassador without doing these standards. It's not a minimum list. It's not a daily task list. It's a standard. It's a daily standard. What is your standard right now for yourself? Like, regardless of like the things that I have written on my task, what is your normal? Is your normal not enrolling? Are you used to like not having daily enrollments? Your normal doesn't have to be that. Your normal can be whatever you want it to be. Your standard can be an enrollment every day. Start with that. Start with, I'm going to get an enrollment today. And that's what, like, whenever I am feeling like stuck and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't enrolled at all this month or whatever, I literally just make the decision, I'm going to enroll a freaking person. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a freaking fat fighter. I don't care if it's a system. Like, I don't care if it's a distributor, it's a customer. Get a freaking enrollment. Write it down on the calendar, like write it down on your day. Then the next day, make that your decision again. I'm going to get a freaking enrollment. Worse, you guys, not you guys in general, but like, a lot of times we are so, our standard is just like not enrolling, and like that's just our normal. Make your enrollment and your standard and your normal enrolling, and like make it a weird, like we get excited when we enroll. We should get excited the days we enroll, obviously, but like it's like a rare occasion sometimes. It's like if you're, say you're like, maybe you're barely completing your steps to success, or you are not even completing your steps to success every month. I know before January, I wasn't completing my steps to success every month. So when I did get an enrollment, I was like, woohoo, it's a good day. Yeah. Like, this is the best day ever. Like, I got an enrollment, which is good. We should be very excited, but it shouldn't be like a rare occasion. You can make your normal daily enrollments, and all you have to do is just decide. All you have to do is decide, I'm going to enroll every single day. You guys have all heard of, like, obviously you've heard my parent time now. The biggest thing is tracking. So like if you look at my enrollment, like you probably can't see this. The green check marks are the days that I hit my 3 hours. And then the like enrollments are in pink. My, like at the top of this, it says 3 intentional hours, daily enrollments, inspired action. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was doing 3 intentional hours. My standard for myself, my enrollments did not look like this in January. It didn't like, I'm not magical. I just made the decision every single day. I'm going to get an enrollment. I'm going to get an enrollment. I'm going to get an enrollment. And that was just the standard I set for myself. So set yourself the standard for enrolling. Don't settle for not enrolling. Don't go to sleep until you enroll. And it's the practical work. Like, you guys know, it's the practical work. It's the 3 hours I'm putting in, but a big part of it is just that intention of enrolling daily. Like today, it's 10 o'clock and I did not have an enrollment yet. And I was like, I only had 2. I still have 40 minutes to do tonight on my hours. Do you know how easy it is to just be like, I just want to go to bed? Especially when you do, I have had a harder last week, just my grandma's home from Florida, and just different things. I've been blocked on Facebook. That got me thrown off a lot, because I'm I literally cannot do the things that I was doing when I was enrolling. What do I even do? If I show you my calendar, and I will show you, I'm not ashamed. If I show you my calendar for this month, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 green check marks, and there will be 5 for today, and then 6 green X's. So I have not been, it has not looked like the other thing, but I'm still setting my enrollment. So today I could have been I'll just give myself another X, because what's another X? What's another day not working? I'll start the next day, which that's what I've said every single day. I'll start the next day. And then I was in my head, I was literally walking downstairs to get Callie a bedtime snack. And I'm no, I have to enroll today. I have to enroll today. I have to enroll today. And someone messaged me back that hasn't read my message in a couple days. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm ready to order. And I signed an LC. So yes, it is the intentional work that I did before, but that change in my mindset of I'm not just going to go to bed. I'm going to enroll in LC. I'm going to enroll LC. I'm going to enroll LC. She messaged me back out of nowhere. She could have not messaged me back at all. She could have messaged me tomorrow, because I made that mindset I made that mindset shift. She messaged me out of the blue and wanted to order, and she ordered. And it's just as simple as that. It's the combination of putting the work in, putting your mindset work in. And I know a lot of us, we're good at putting the physical work in, but we still need to work on that mindset part. So tomorrow I want you guys to wake up. How many, let's see, 1, 2, trying to count the people on Cassie's team. I don't know, but however many, I don't care how many people are in Cassie's chat. I want you guys are gonna get 15, or let's say 10. We'll get 10. No, we're gonna go with 15. Why not 15? Tomorrow's Friday. So let's just do Friday and Saturday. And I already have the graphic made up for you, because that's what we were doing too. You guys are going to be the fire, and you're gonna enroll 15 customers team-wide, Cassie and her team. You guys are all I'm gonna send this to Cassie. This is what my team is doing right now. I don't care what you guys need to do, but you need to make the new normal booming in your chat every single day. The normal is not going to be no booms. It's going to be normal to boom in the chat every single day. And it starts with you guys. You guys have to be the fire. Don't wait for the fire. Don't wait for Cassie to start running. Don't wait for anyone. It starts with you guys, every single one of you, whether you are brand new, whether you've been doing this forever, whether maybe you're in month 2 or 3 and you're okay, I was really excited. Now I'm what do I do? It starts with you. Just freaking do it. Make the decision tomorrow that you're gonna enroll, and just do the work. I don't do anything special. I told you my scripts. I told you what I did. I told you how I sealed the deal. Do those things. Implement them. Time yourself to get the work in, because there's nothing wrong with you. It's about the tasks that you're doing. You're probably just not doing enough of the tasks. So as I'll send this to Cassie, and she'll put your guys' faces in the bubble. And by Saturday, I expect a message from Cassie at Saturday at 1 a.m. Eastern time saying that you guys filled this bubble chat. So this is what ours, it's not updated from 2 customers. I just changed the number at the bottom, but I don't think Cassie will be able to, since it's going to be my picture. But she'll put your guys' bubbles, and I'm going to ask for Cassie to send it to me after tomorrow night, and I'm going to ask her to send it to me Saturday. You guys are going to feel this. Your new normal is going to be booming every single day. And it doesn't start it's not a gradual thing usually. the first time I ever enrolled 20 customers in a month, it's not like I enrolled like 10 one month and then 12 one month and then 14 one month and then 20 one month. I literally was enrolling like two or three, maybe like 7 or 8, two or three. And then I enrolled 20 in 1 month and I was like, whoa, did you guys just see what I did? I just mass enrolled. How did I mass enroll? I don't know, but I just did it. You guys don't think like I can't enroll 20 customers because I've never enrolled 20 customers before. You're never going to enroll 20 customers unless you just decide to do it. So your new standard is daily enrollments for yourself. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care what mindset stuff you have to do. I don't care what junk you have to work through. That's what we get paid for. We don't get paid for posting stories. We don't get paid for talking in the team chats. We don't get paid for doing all these things. We get paid for enrolling. So your new standard is enrolling. Okay? I expect you guys to have your 15 enrollments. I expect all of your guys' faces to be on there. We still have some bubbles to finish out for my team too, so I expect us to get ours. Here, let me catch up on these. Yes, I cold message for host to post on Facebook. And I send the message. As long as you guys are friends with them, you shouldn't get blocked if you're doing it like throughout the day. I don't sit down and send, like I said, I definitely don't send 100 messages a day, but I send the same message on Facebook. Same with Instagram. Let's see. Yeah, Autumn, literally get yourself a calendar. I got the little calendar sheets at $1 at Target. Yeah, it sucks on Facebook. Stop adding on Facebook. Stop messaging on Facebook. Actually, so if you go to your Facebook browser on your phone, not the app, like your Facebook browser, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So the internet, type in Facebook, log in, and then try to add someone from your browser. It will tell you how long you're blocked for. It doesn't tell you on the app, but if you log in from your browser, it'll say like you're banned for whatever for 11 more hours, or you'll be unlocked. So you can, and then just chill until that's over with. Chill even like the next day and the following day, and then only message people you're friends with for right now. Yeah, I tried to like see if I could get around the block and like wonder if I can add like from the browser, and it still didn't let me, but it told me how many hours I was going to be locked for, how many days. The first day I think it was like 3 days, and then I got unblocked and I started adding again and messaging again, and I got blocked again. So, and that time it was only like 24. Sometimes Instagram will tell you, but not always. I don't, maybe try doing the same thing, because Instagram and Facebook are like sisters or brothers. I don't know what their gender is, but they're like related. If you maybe try logging in on Instagram on your like browser and see if that helps. All right. I told myself I was gonna only talk for like 40 minutes, but I feel like you guys had really good questions. So does anyone have any other questions or anything that you guys want me to talk about? I will upload this and we can send it to the rest of your team, Cassie.
Yeah, Haley just messaged me and she didn't have service because Washington's dealing with way more than we are coronavirus-wise. So I'm pretty
Look
sure
at his
she
little
was.
hand.
I know. I'm pretty sure she was out trying to get things like we were earlier. So, but she messaged me and I'm like, don't worry, it's recorded. I got you.
Oh, let me read Robin's comment. So most of the people that I'm writing down are coming from host to post. So it's like I will say they drop an emoji, I send them the first message, they respond, I send them the second message. So usually that second message is the price. So I write them down. If it's a cold message on Instagram, say I send like the, hey, blah, 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 would you be interested? Yeah, sure, what's the products? I'm interested in weight loss. Then I kind of add them. Most likely I'm going to come across their message again at some point. So I sometimes add them if it's like, I don't know, I just kind of depend. But not, it's sometimes not after just that initial message. It's after, on Facebook, I guess, when from a host to post, it is after they respond to like, because, okay, so for example, a host to post for hair, skin, and nails. I message them, they drop an emoji. I'm like, hey, so your hair is damaged, you're like wanting to grow it out, and they're like, yeah. Then I say, okay, this is hair, skin, and nails, sound good? And like, then I guess I just I guess I do kind of add them after the initial response. Yeah, I guess after the initial response, but on Facebook or on Instagram to a cold message, it's after they kind of pick an option. But if I already know which product they're interested in from a host post, if they're interested in the TFX, interested in the cleanse or whatever, then I write them down because they're interested in a specific product. Any other questions? If not, I will send whatever I said I was going to send. I'll send it to Cassie. She just has all my scripts. I'll send her that video and I'll send her the bubbles that you guys are going to fill. You're welcome. Thank you guys for getting on. I'll upload this so you can share it with the rest of your teams. And yeah, wash your hands. Bye.